So that's what I think about Ness, Lemon, and all of these people. And this was a social experiment. No, I am not crazy. Sometimes you have to have silence and keep your mouth shut. And a lot of content creators don't know how to do that. And I'm sitting here watching you all freaking out. I'm perfectly fine. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. And that's what I think about. Period. So good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, I just needed some solitude. Sometimes you got to open with silence. And y'all hate silence. Y'all hate silence. Is he okay? Does he know that? I'm fine. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. I am doing well. Um, I'm actually wearing my contacts today, and I'm driving the Volvo. I had to put her on the road. So put her on the road today and doing what we need to do. But I'm perfectly well, perfectly fine. It's not always necessary to say something. Sometimes silence speaks volumes. Amen. Amen. So, yep. What's up, Voodoo? Oh, Voodoo. What is going on? Voodoo, why are the people coming against you? Voodoo, why are the people coming against you, Voodoo? Now, that's very odd. You know, Voodoo, I mean, see, Voodoo, that's how people are. When you start speaking your mind and really speaking how you feel, you don't have friends. And this is why I say there's no friends on YouTube. And that's why you can't get into these alliances, because people want to hold you and they think that, oh, we're cool, so you're not going to say nothing about me. But Voodoo, you can talk about me tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And it's all right, because my thing is, we all 1099s. It ain't no friends on YouTube. And if you do have friends on YouTube, then you shouldn't be sharing to everybody who your friends are. But today I have few words. You know what? I have seen what went on at that other channel. And to be honest, I don't really have too much to say about it. All I will say is people like that type of abuse, and if people like being talked to like that, then so be it. It reflects on them. And that's it. So I really don't have anything to say. And I'm being real. I'm being real. But yeah, sometimes you have to just be reflective, breathe in, breathe out, and focus. And that's it. I saw Brian in the chat. Brian, I'm perfectly fine. Nothing is wrong. I wonder, can you be quiet for a little bit? I wonder, can you just be reflective and not say anything? I wonder. I wonder. Okay, I'll give you a moment, Voodoo. I sure will. And today, you all, like I said, I have few words. So if you all want to come up on the link and say something, you may. If not, we'll just breathe and have this reflective moment. Everything doesn't need to be talked about. Every question or statement doesn't need a response. We are having a Zen moment. It's a beautiful day. Very nice day today. Yes, Lord. Oh, that's a big bus. My God, today. So, yes. But what I will say is I hope everything works out for all of those people that I've mentioned. I hope they get what they are looking for. I hope the people that are on their panels get what they're looking for. I have nothing derogatory to say about them or their activities. It is what it is. They are running their shows, they are reading their scripts, they are studying their lines, and that's what they give you on YouTube, a good show. Y'all know what though? This air conditioning is cold. Let me turn this baby up. She's real cold today. Oh, she's real cold today. Let me turn her up. I want to give a shout out to Catherine Powell, my workout partner. Catherine, girl, I'm stuck at 205. So what I'm going to do is one meal a day, and I'm going to do my intermittent fasting so I can get below that 200. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, it's raining? Okay. Hey, pretty purple peach girl, I'm all right, baby. I just wanted to be silent. I didn't want to say anything. Sometimes you just got to be still, enjoy your coffee, breathe, look around, enjoy nature, enjoy your ride, enjoy my ride to work. Hopefully these people get it. Okay, man. Maybe they driving crazy over here. Ooh, they speeding like they got to get somewhere. Yeah. Well, you got to get to a moment where you take time for yourself, and it's not always responding to stuff, you know. And that's how I feel about the people. I have no feelings because this is a show. I don't know them personally, but I hope everything is going in well in their life personally. Well, Catherine, I switch it up. So it's always switched up. But men lose it quicker. And sometimes we have that stall. So but I'm not discouraged. I'm still in the gym. I'm still doing what I need to do. But we'll get down. I'm not stressed about it. I'm not stressed about it at all. I am not. Now I'm gonna tell you what though, that grape seed, not that grape seed, but that black seed oil, it is so good for your skin, you all. So what I have been doing is using the grape. I keep on wanting to say, I still want to say grapeseed, but I use the black seed oil in the morning, and then I use the castor oil at night because you need to moisturize your skin at night as well. And so that's what I've been doing, you all, and just trying to. The old man is trying to take care of himself. You know what I'm saying? After seeing these people with failing teeth and skin with bumps all over them, and I'm like, Jesus, we can do better than this. And I'm telling you, some of you all have inspired me to live even better. My God, today. Yes, Lord. So, anyway, but you all to be, hey, Demas O, how are you doing? How are you doing, Demas O? Demas O, I got that, but I didn't know that individual. I didn't know that individual. So, yeah. But you all, let me tell you something. I have really taken time out to do self care. And like I said, when I saw what happened last night on that content creators panel, I'm like, I'm not even giving it the time of day. It's abusive, but that's what people like. And I see that's what the sector likes. And I just think that it's really interesting. And I'm not saying that we're perfect, we're not. but it seems like this is a daily occurrence. And hopefully you all are taking something from this, you know. But yeah, nothing, Demas O. Nothing at all. Nothing worth talking about. Nothing worth talking about. Nothing worth talking about. Let me tell you something. I would rather come on here and be silent and drive all the way to work than anyway. It's all good. Nothing has happened, believe it or not. So I want to give a shout out to all the ushers, um, Dr. Lashana Rue Brown, Simply Pink and Green, Game Tight, Sabrina T, Ebony 757, Vivian Jennings, Reasoning is Key. I want to give a shout out to Uncle Claude. Uncle Claude is the man. Ron P, K, Victoria, MB, all y'all, all the ushers. So give a shout out. Oh, what? Robert Redford passed? Yes. Oh, also, you all, a view is not deceased. There is another person called View in another sector that passed away. So it's not a view is a view. A view is a view is still among the living. She's still amongst us. View is too early to die. I mean, really, View ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Oh Lord. So let me tell y'all something. When I tell you education, logic, and reasoning is so important in our society, when I tell you emotional intelligence is needed, and it's not only in the beef sector, I'm talking about in the real world. In the real world. Yeah, Miss O. But in the real world, you all, um, people don't use emotional intelligence. Um, I don't know if people were given validation when they were growing up, but a lot of people are not validated and they're looking for people to validate them. And people who haven't been validated can't validate you. And I just see a lot of craziness going on. Usually people whose life is out of control always try to control others. And you just continue to see this train wreck. And if you continue to do the same thing, you're going to get the same results. And yeah, even in the real world, you all, let me tell you something. Like that old saying says, don't let him lay you down if he can't pick you up. That goes for straight women, gay men, it goes for anybody in a relationship. Baby, if people can't help you out, don't let them lay you down. Women and men, but women especially, ladies, do not let these men live off of you. You better love yourself and wait for your Boaz to come. Now, I'm going to preach the sermon. I'm going to preach it because I feel it in my spirit and somebody needs to hear this. When Ruth and Naomi came back to their hometown, Ruth stayed with Naomi. Ruth didn't cry. Ruth went at no club. Naomi, rather, was not at the club because Ruth was the old lady. But Naomi, no, it was Ruth. Ruth wasn't at the club. She wasn't trying to get no free drinks. The Bible said that Ruth gleaned the fields, meaning that after the fields had been plowed, she would glean and take what was left. Now, Boaz saw her and he saw her working. And he told the men to leave a little bit for her. And Naomi was surprised the haul that she brought in. And then Ruth told her what field. And Naomi said, that's a kinsman. Mm-hmm. Ruth was smart enough to listen to her mother-in-law. Now, the moral of the story is glean your field, boo. Stop looking for people to give you something. If you work and if you're a woman about your business, somebody worthy will see you. It's hard out there, but do not compromise and do not settle for crap. Now, at least get 75% of what you want in that relationship, meaning that this person has this attributes and da 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 da. Sometimes, we're not what we're asking for. We want all of this, but we ain't even all of that. Be realistic. But let me tell you something. Don't be nobody's ATM machine. Don't be nobody's babysitter. Don't be nobody's surrogate mama. And that's for anybody, gay, straight, heterosexual, what have you. Now, I know people want to think folk thirsty, but let me tell you something. We can always be friends, but when it comes to relationships, what are you doing with your life? What is your future? What can we build together? What are you contributing to the relationship? And you got to ask yourself those questions. What people don't understand about marriage in the ancient world, it was about consolidating wealth. A lot of these relationships in the ancient world had nothing to do with love and everything to do with stability. So if you were a female and your family wasn't quite wealthy, you could marry into a wealthy family. Daughter would be taken care of. That's the mindset. Even in the antebellum South, if you own rail and I own timber, then we could collaborate and our families could do business together now. And the saving grace is that our sons and daughters are married. These ancient marriages were a little bit about love, baby. They were arranged. They were arranged. They were to help the family succeed. And so when we get to all of this stuff about love, love is great. But I know a lot of people whose marriages have been broken up because one person is a go-getter and the other person is a dreamer with no success, no achievements behind their belt. I think of Mrs. Doubtfire. That was a good movie. You think of things like that. Now, there is somebody for everybody, but you got to ask yourself, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? When you talk to this person, do you all have in-depth, deep conversation? Does this person make you feel special and wanted and loved? This person can support you, and you're not always going to agree. But can you come to a consensus? Something to think about. Something to think about. I don't know why I went that way today, but somebody may have needed to hear this. People, stop selling yourself short. Stop selling yourself short. So yeah. But anyway, y'all, today is a different day. And we got to do different things. So, yes. And you all, let me say this. I know that it ain't popping how people think it should be popping over here, but I'm telling you, what people deem as popping, you really got to sit back and watch and say, this ain't funny. It's abusive, it's demeaning, it's degrading, it's simplistic, it's not, it's very rudimentary. I'm gonna break down, I'm gonna say this. So I caught the part of Lemon's vlog because I was walking lyric when Sister came on and Ghetto Intellect was up there. And I guess Ghetto Intellect said Sister was flirting with CX. And so sister was talking, but what ghetto intellect was trying to say is, it's my perception that you may have been flirting, but this is the thing. I'm more talking to Lemon because even though they were talking to each other, ghetto intellect was saying you were trying to come in between those and you were trying to mess up that man's flow because she went over, I guess, to his channel. And so that's what ghetto intellect was saying. So he was telling Lemon, you know, she a grown woman and she went over there and sister was like, I ain't flirting, I ain't flirting. But ghetto intellect was like, well, you went right on over there. But all of a sudden, Lemon turned around and said, you can't tell me what to do, and just went off on a whole tirade on ghetto intellect. And I'm not a ghetto intellect. It was so surreal to see the man go off on ghetto intellect for saying you were telling the man that he don't have a chance with this woman. You were telling the man, but yet she went over to his channel. I'm assuming. And so Lemon, I guess, got offended because of that. And I'm like, that's weird. Then I don't know sister, but I agree with ghetto intellect. Ain't nobody got time to argue. And he kept on saying, it's really not for you because you did go over to the man's channel and you all were having conversation. He said it was his perception, but flirting to people could be different. But she kept on going. And I'm like, Dad. And I just sat back and that whole thing blew up. And I'm like, what did I just see? Are you serious? Is this man getting out of sorts because somebody said, hey, you know, the man was trying to shoot his shot and you trying to block it? And ghetto intellect had a point. If she didn't like it, she wouldn't have gone over. Now, I don't know if this lady was, you know, on a script herself. I don't know. But I thought it was really, really baffling that somebody would flip and go off just like that. And then he started using this accent. Like he had a British accent. Baby, people crazy. Honey, these girls are not well. They are not well. So I saw that and I'm like, and then I looked at ghetto intellect and I'm like, you let that man talk to you like that? And you go up there? Mm. But again, it seemed like the men and the women like that kind of abuse. Well, you know, it's a bit, see, you can agree with him, but there's a way to do that. And it wasn't really that serious. That's what get me. It really wasn't that serious to be, but anyway, y'all have it. Y'all have it, baby. Mm-mm. Y'all can have it. And I don't know what kind of Gen X these people are. I, absolutely not. So I just thought it was interesting. Well, I don't know if Ghetto lied. Ghetto said it is his perception that they were flirting, and that's his perception. Now, she said that no, that may be your perception, but that's not how it happened. And Ghetto said, okay, I understand. But really, I'm talking to Lemon because he was trying to shoot his shot. And Lemon kept on saying that she don't want you. She would never deal with somebody like you. But yeah, she engaged. And but just because that doesn't mean you're hurting. I get it. But yet, Ghetto's point is she's still engaged. That's all. Nothing to lose sleep about. But it is what it is, I guess. It's crazy. That's all that I saw. And then they start arguing, and Lemon got ballistic. And I said, let me turn this mess off. I said, let me turn this mess off. Yep. I heard about the recording that ZX played, and I believe they said it was Lemon and that he had a crush on this young man. That's what I heard. I'm not too sure if that's the case. That's what I heard. And if that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, and if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. Maybe he should explore that. Maybe, maybe he should explore that. Well, I don't know who that is, but you know, maybe he should. But let me say this, y'all. I find it very odd that people want to connect with people who are on the internet, who are virtual, who are on YouTube. Don't they have people in California? Don't they have people in your neighborhood or something? I'm just, that's another thing. So when people start crushing on folk, you live in Florida and they live in Washington State. Yeah, that's a little weird, but like I said, it is what it is. Ghetto Intellect and Malik. Well, you know, my thing is this: you can't tell people what to do, but I think they made a point. I think the point they were making is that whether it was flirting or not, the woman engaged. She engaged. She engaged. That's the bottom line. She engaged. She engaged. And she admitted that she engaged. She said that she has history with grown folks TV. Now it may not have been flirting, but she engaged. But it's just bringing in another character because it was funny how Lemon kept on saying, "Well, I want her to say what she needs to say," because the lady was getting ready to go. Baby, Lemon was trying to drag that out. But again, here's a new character, so it is what it is. I think it's funny. I was walking Lyric Child. I'm like, let me get my let me get off this phone. Yeah, and that's the thing. Any publicity is better than none. And I do believe that freak outburst of screaming and cussing at ghetto intellect is a part of the see me, I am lemon. Here, I need attention. Come and watch me. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I saw a little bit of that. But I will say this: No, well, I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for me. No jealousy. Just talk about what I see. No jealousy at all. No envy. Just observations. Just takeaways. That's all. I'm reading y'all comments. Interesting. You know what though? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Some of these people, they could have been here for a long time. If you are not consistent and constant, I don't know you. So like Boonky, I know Boonky because Boonky comes in the chat. Fridge Nat is always here. Dr. Creole, Butterfly, CDP. You know, I'm calling these names because they've always been consistent in the beef sector. Summer Breeze, she's always been here. Even though she's not in the chat visibly, but I know her. So if I say I don't know Summer Breeze, I'm lying because Summer Breeze has been here. But people like Sister, I don't know her. I mean, you know, people who I know. People who I don't, I don't. And you know what? I'm not trying to go back to be like, ooh, do I know her? Because it's not all that serious. Yeah, Fridge Nat. Yeah. Well, I just think it's interesting, and I'm going to say this to you all, and I don't want anybody to be offended, but it's just reality. YouTube is another stream of income. I come on, I do my show. Sometimes the shows are great. Sometimes, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes they're talking. There's no rhythm or rhyme. I just come on and do what I want to do. And when it stops working, then we will fade away and find something else new. However, the revenue is not bad. Like I told you, the revenue is not bad. I have met some wonderful people from YouTube. We have some professional people from YouTube, and they're great. And I would probably still be in contact with those people because they are really nice people. But you have to realize that this is a form of entertainment. And until people realize that you don't cross that stage, then we will always have these issues. And I think that's the biggest thing. And people do a whole lot, you know. No, Itsy Bitsy, I don't have an issue with you. I mean, I like you too, Itsy Bitsy. But see, this is the thing. I do not let emotions dictate how I run this platform. And a lot of content creators do. When people say derogatory things about me, it don't bother me because I really don't know you in person. We really don't have a relationship off of YouTube. And if I really don't know you like that, it ain't no big whoop. I don't feel the need to share everything in my life. You don't hear Jamie Foxx sharing everything in his life. Now, they may do an interview, but you don't hear him sharing everything in his life. And I just think that a lot of YouTubers have done that. And what they don't understand is that you can't bring it out and then people question it and then you get mad about it or try to tell people when they can and cannot talk about certain things. It's YouTube. It's the beef sector. It's what they do. And that's how the sectors run. Now, I had on a ugly sweater, shirt, whatever, and people talked about it. Don't bother me. Long as I like it. Yes, I was silent for the first, I guess, 20, 30 minutes. It was something behind that. We talked about politics yesterday. A lot of people may not like that, but that's the reality. Now, I will say this. I'm more concerned about what you do off of YouTube. Do you have yourself together? A lot of us are looking at people on YouTube and taking it at face value in the reality. And a lot of these things are not reality. Some things just don't add up. But it is what it is. We are all characters, all actors. Some actors mix their life into this YouTube. Some actors separate the two. So yeah. Doing a roll call. Anybody heard from Rico? I know it's September. I know that court dates are coming up. So anybody heard from Rico? I hope he's doing okay. I haven't seen or heard from him, but I'm assuming he's doing okay. I did see Dovey. Honey, Dovey was cussing somebody out. But Miss Dovey, girl, you looking good. You put on a little weight. Okay, Miss Dovey, you eating good. Dovey eating good and stuff. We saw you, honey. She got extra stuff on her walls now, girl. Okay, you can't tell Dovey nothing. She got extra things on the wall now. We see you, Dovey. So yes. Anyway, what's up, Dr. Creole? Oh, he did a live. Is he okay? Or did he go to court? I haven't seen. You know what? I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him, or so. I hope he's doing okay. I hope that it's been dismissed, but we'll see. Yep, we will see what's going on with that. He was cooking. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm glad he's doing all right. Mhm. Y'all, what else is going on? Like I said, I have been, y'all, these people live for strife. I ain't gonna lie. These people live for strife. If no strife is going on, they ain't happy. If no drama is going on, they ain't happy. Lolo said, don't put me in it. Lolo said, I don't got nothing to do with this. So something else. It's something else. So I have been doing some leadership classes with some employees, and we're actually reading The 7 Habits of Effective People. and they're talking about paradigm shifts, which I really love, and talking about perceptions. And you are what you've been raised with, and some of our perceptions may not be the best. And you always have to look at the other person's, side of things. And so we did that. We dealt with the young lady and the old lady, the picture of what you see. And I thought that was interesting. I told you all we did the Myers-Briggs. So, I got my Myers-Briggs reading. So that was interesting. But, oh, well, whatever. You all, he does that. Look, he does those things to be controversial. And it is what it is. Being controversial, being a villain, being hated is what he wants. So, and if you keep going over there, I guess that's what you want. And it's really funny because people always say, well, you don't click on my link. Well, why should I? We all have a business. Now, I did go over to click his link when he came to visit, but the type of people that he has on his platform, mm-mm, mm-mm, that's not my type of people. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I'm like ghetto. Ain't nobody got time to be arguing and fighting. If we can't have a conversation, and if you always got to raise your decibels, And I'm going to give ghetto this. I'm going to give ghetto this. Ghetto said, I'm going to let you fight because that seemed like that's what you want to do. So I'm going to let you have that. So I'm gonna give ghetto that because that's how you diffuse that stuff. You let people do what they want to. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. I'm not gonna do all of that. If we can't have a conversation and really talk about it to hear each other out, we ain't gonna do that. So I will give ghetto that. Whether you think he's wrong or not, I can appreciate the fact that he said I'm not going to do that. Yeah, ghetto was, I know ghetto is messy, but what I'm trying to say in that particular situation, ghetto was like, I'm not getting ready to do this. But I'm gonna tell you something that's really interesting. Now, he had somebody in his car, and I guess people were talking about Sheffy and how he dogs women out. And man, women aren't trophies. You all objectify women like they're trophy pieces, like they are something that you put up on a shelf. And I noticed that that's what they think of women. So when they're talking about sister or who ghetto has in his car, it's like the rest of the women is dog food. How they act like these women dog food. They're not worthy. And I sit there and watch. I'm like, ain't that something? Ain't that something? I don't know if ghetto law. Let me say this to you all as well. People will make up things, and unless you saw that man's divorce certificate, you don't know if he lost his marriage to YouTube or not. Um, there could have been issues before YouTube. YouTube may have played a role, but usually no. People say a lot of things, but unless you can talk to that wife or get a good glimpse of what's going on, nah, nah, no. There are a lot of things, and sometimes people don't even care. They'll let you think what you want to think because they really know the truth. But um, there had to be other reasons besides YouTube. I know people run with that. People run with a lot of stuff, but nah. I think that marriage might have been on the rocks before YouTube. Well, that could be. See, this is the thing. So if he's divorced twice, it may not even be YouTube. It may be him. And again, when you objectify women and try to make women trophies, yeah, yeah, yeah. Catherine, I thought you was friends with under new management. What happened? Well, if you if you did it on YouTube, you probably do it in your real life. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Sometimes that's the easiest thing to say, and it's the most convenient thing to say. But anyway, it is what it is. I can't understand. I was about to get messy, but I'm trying to really be zen today, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I was about to say something, but the spirit stopped me. The spirit stopped me. Thank you, Holy Spirit. The spirit stopped me. Okay. Well, say a name. Say the name. Say the name, Boonkie. I don't know who this is. I can't put it in context if I don't have a name. What's up, Almighty Isis? If I don't have a name, I can't put it in context. Ooh, look at all of this titty meat. Ooh, all of this titty meat. Mm, all that titty meat. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Boonkie, I can't. You need to put a name on them. You need to put a name on them. Thank you, Boonkie. Thank you all. Boonkie, but Boonkie need to put a name on it. Give me a couple of names, and I might tell you, Boonkie, if you give me a couple of names. So anyway, I'm waiting for Boonkie to give me a name or two. It's a lot of things going on in the beat sector, but like I said, you all, some of it is so ridiculous, and we'll fade out soon enough, and we'll go to another sector and do some things. But until that time, we'll be here. We'll be here until it's time to move on. Oh my God, this traffic is extra today. Jeez. What's up, Demons? Oh, is Demons So still here? So, the word is that Honest Rose should be afraid to meet me. That's weird. Why should Honest Rose be afraid to meet me? Mhm. First of all, again, I have no record of doing anything to anybody that I've met. So there is somebody though who always has my name in his mouth. And I just think, you so better than everybody. I'm like, so why even worry? I don't even think about this individual, but I will say when I was listening to what Treecey said, here come untalented. And I'm like, man, Do you have any friends? Because it seems like you are trying to impress folk. And it's like, okay, if you got what you say you have, then live in it, walk in it, boo. You don't have to do all of that. I don't ever want to meet you. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm glad that Lemon and those other people had a chance to meet you. I'm just really not interested. I'm just like, wow, he's another Sir King. People you really don't talk about, but boy, they love to talk about you. But it is what it is. And I just think it's funny. But I was like, dude, are you all right? What's up, Myra? Oh my God, this traffic is brutal, you all. Jeez. So it is my rest day today, so I'm not working out today, but I am one meal. So no, this is my so Catherine, I work out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sabrina, what you got to say, Sabrina? He ain't afraid to meet you, but he well, that's the thing. You know, first of all, again, Sabrina, Honest Row and I went to the same institution. And Honest Row's been in the beef sector. Honest Row's been here a long time. But again, same institution. We're gonna see each other. We'll have a great time. I'm gonna see Ebony 757. I may see Rennie TV, and and we'll go on with that. And so I'm going to be attending some of the festivities, some of the activities, and I'm excited about that. And a lot of good friends are coming to this homecoming. So I am extremely excited about it because a lot of my college friends are coming. And yeah, and so I'm more excited about that. Don't get me wrong, I don't have no problem with our YouTube people, but these are people who I have stayed in contact with over the years, have not seen. So we will see each other. I'm ecstatic about homecoming. I'm going to see my fellow Floridian. He's a professor emeritus at the university. He just turned 100 years old. The man is still taking pictures. He's still being the reporter he is. So I'm excited to see him, because he's 100 years old, you all, and he's still kicking, and that's good, you know. So yeah, so I'm excited about homecoming. I'm excited about the people who I'm going to see. Yeah. Oh, child, that mahogany thing. That lady was a hot mess. Cause she hugged me a little differently. I'm like, ma'am, please sit down. But yeah. But yes, I'm excited about that, you all. It's nothing like an HBCU homecoming. It's nothing like an HBCU tailgating party. So I'm excited, excited, excited. Um, haven't seen people in a while. And like I said, I did not go to homecoming because of COVID. So I am gonna go. And I think I need to be around my folk right now. With all of this stuff going on in our nation, we need to dialogue, we need to talk, we need to do a lot of stuff. So I'm really ecstatic about going to my college homecoming. Well, the bottom line is they didn't want to pay that lady, and that's the big issue right now. Should you pay your musicians or you shouldn't? And my thing is, the Bible says a workman is worth his hire. Even the saints in the in the Gospels collected provisions for Paul and the disciples. Even the Levites got something because God was their portion. So the people gave because they knew that the Levites didn't get land. So um, yeah, you know the church has to run, and you know if that lady comes and she's dedicated and devoted, if she does something for their praise and worship team, yes, she needs to get um, compensated. Yeah, people always trying to, you doing it for the Lord. No, these people will run you ragged. And see, that's what people do. You should be doing this for the Lord, and it should be, yeah, yeah, but people got to eat in this economy. People got to do what they got to do. A lot of these churches, they are pastor heavy, meaning that all of the resources are going to the pastor and not so much the church congregation in a whole. And so that's where some of the problem may lie. But yeah, and the lady was very, very emotionally intelligent, how she treated the situation. She hugged everybody. She left. And then she said what she needed to say off, out of the uh, vicinity of the church. So yeah. Well, you all, I'm almost at my destination. It's this traffic has been just brutal. Traffic has been really brutal today. So no, I can't wait. I'm almost there. Let me say this, you all. Since COVID, people, COVID really did a number to churches that weren't stable because they're having a hard time getting people to come back. And that includes choirs and all of this stuff. And you almost have to pay people to come because people will rather watch services. Not all, but a lot of people would rather watch services from the comfort of their own home, to be honest. Yeah, to be honest. So, oh, you all, this traffic is brutal today. It is brutal. My God, today this traffic is bad. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, you all, I'm almost at the destination. Darn. I mean, the traffic is just like, what? And all of this construction. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, you all. Final words. Hopefully, if I get off this exit, take care of yourself. Thank you, Sabrina. Girl, this is an old shirt. This old shirt. Sabrina, you know what? I'm living life like it's golden. Tomorrow is not promised. Live your fullest every day. Don't let these people take you down. Enjoy what you enjoy, like what you like. Do what you gotta do. You know, um, know who you are. Love yourself. A lot of people don't love themselves. That's why they can't love other people. Um, and that's the word. That's the word. That is the word. That is the word. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Stay out of trouble. Well, you know, I think Black people give up a lot of stuff, but I do think the paradigm has to shift because a lot of things that Black churches do are not necessarily scriptural. And one thing about a lot of our churches, not only our churches, but churches in general, they don't look at the word in context. They proof text it and they make it about what they think it is, but they don't look at the historical, they don't look at the cultural, they don't look at any of those things. They just read it and they apply what the ancient people did to themselves. And these are different cultures. You gotta figure the culture out as well. And it's not trying to make it like you want it. It's just, you know, people don't do that. Let me tell you what I saw. And I'm telling you, if Black people still go to his church, shame on you. Rob Parsley, I don't know how Black people still go to that man's church. Paula White, I don't understand how Black people still go to y'all churches because you all support racism. You support people whose ideology does not line up with scripture. And I'm talking about period. And Black people of all people will sit under that mess. Why do you do that? I listened to Rob Parsley act like Charlie Kirk was a saint. Do you not know that that man was about division? He wasn't about bringing people together. He was about divisive rhetoric. How would you go to something like that? You know, I don't understand. And let me say this. I'm always leery of mixed churches. And I'm going to tell you why. If I don't see people of color in true leadership, I won't join. I've said this time and time and time again. Just because the praise and worship leader is Black, just because the head of the hospitality and ushers are Black, and the kitchen ministry and the nursery is Black, that ain't true leadership. That's telling me that we can be in charge of your entertainment, your food, your babies, your house, but nothing else. When I see somebody Black over finances, or if I see a Black man over the teaching ministry, then I might consider it. But these jobs that are servant jobs, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. That's why let me tell you, I know I'm gonna make some people mad. I'm gonna make some people mad, but I'm gonna say it. This is why I couldn't join a Southern Baptist church, because in that denomination, all of the leadership is white and male. That's why I can't be a Jehovah Witness, because all of the presiding elders, and I'm talking about the people who make decisions with Jehovah Witnesses, thank you, they are white men. See, with Jehovah Witness, you can be an elder in the church. They always get this brother, we brothers, right? But when you look at their top leadership, It's not there. It's all white men. They've not had one black presiding elder, meaning that they're at Warwick, New York, on that board that make decisions. Ain't nobody black on that thing. See, it's that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff right there be like, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Anybody who tells you that everything is worldly and bad, and if you do this, you're going to lose your faith because that's the devil, that's control. That's control. That's control. Baby, God ain't moved by you researching, because God is God. People may be a little touched because you may get information, but God ain't. And I'm telling you, and it's not only, it ain't only the Jehovah Witnesses. It's a lot of these fundamental Pentecostal churches. If you don't dress like me, you ain't saved. If you go to a football game, you ain't saved. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Again, it's a bunch of control. It's a bunch of control. And I look back over some things now. I'm like, baby, you did all of that to control that girl or that boy, and they still got pregnant. That lady still got pregnant. All of them football games you kept her from, as soon as she went to college or as soon as she got from under your roof, she got pregnant. Because again, you shelter these people and they don't understand the reality of the world. And then when they got to go and live in this real world, yeah, I'm just saying, this is why I don't let these people talk to me crazy. I'm like, baby, you don't even look at the word in context. You read this thing on surface level. You don't look at the Greek, you don't look at Hebrew, you don't look at nothing. All you do is read it and say, well, that's what it is. Well, no, it's not. And I hold to that. I hold to that. And people do that even on YouTube. And like I said, people can believe the hell they want to. I choose to be academic about how I look at it. I choose to approach it with some sensibility. And a lot of people don't do that. But hey, it is what it is. And if people want to read and speculate, they can do that. I ain't mad at people because they do that. I just don't. But I don't even get mad with that. I don't fight over it. Everybody has to answer for themselves. And thank God that nobody ain't saved or sanctified me. So that's how I feel about it, period. So, well, anyway, you all, I am out. I am gone. I hope you all have a great day. I may be on for lunch. It depends on how I'm feeling. Y'all take care. Love and peace. Bye.